Today we're talking about SEND IT Stim-free. This is by far my favorite new launch within our lineup. It's also been the most requested product from our community. I feel like people are becoming more conscious about their caffeine intake and trying to live a little bit healthier lifestyle. And personally for me, the caffeine is the least important ingredient in a pre-workout. Honestly, like I look more for focus, I look more for endurance, nitric oxide producing ingredients, something that's going to increase nutrient delivery to the muscles when they need it the most. We took SEND IT, our flagship pre-workout, and we kicked out the caffeine. Now, so for some people, this is a bit much as it is. It gives you 275 milligrams of caffeine, and then you get 70 milligrams of delayed release caffeine that hits you roughly about an hour later. So it'll take you through those longer training sessions, like a grueling leg day. This is gonna help you kind of power through it. And that slow release caffeine also takes away the spike and the crash at the end, giving you a smooth ride. By doing a stim-free version, number one, if you're trying to detox or completely come off of caffeine for a bit, this is a great alternative. Now you're getting the same pump and focus benefits that you're getting from this formula here, but without spiking your heart rate. You're already gonna be doing that in your workout anyhow. From a person's perspective where this is too much caffeine already, you can actually buy both of these, take a half scoop of the caffeinated version, half a scoop of the non-stim, and again, for the most part, you're getting all the same ingredients, but you're cutting your caffeine content in half. So now you're only getting 135 milligrams of caffeine and about 35 milligrams of slow release an hour later. Now there's one additional change we made. Kicked out the beta-alanine in this. So again, going back to V2, this one gave you a full serving of beta-alanine, 3.2 grams. So you are gonna get that peristalsia effect. Some people really don't like that. Personally, I like it. It lets me know that the pre-workout's kicked in and it's time to go to work because I'm getting the tingling sensation, so let's go lift some heavy shit. But if you're a person that doesn't like the beta-alanine tingles, you're not gonna get that with this formula. So we kicked out both forms of caffeine. We kicked out the beta-alanine, but we replaced beta-alanine with an ingredient called peak ATP. And the clinical studies on this ingredient for its endurance benefits is absolutely outstanding. Now, that's the main reason why we had beta-alanine in the V2. It does boost endurance, but you have to hit a saturation period. A lot of people aren't aware of that, but you have to take 3.2 grams of beta-alanine for roughly about 28 days to reach full saturation. And then you start to experience the endurance and the intra-workout recovery benefits. Whereas peak ATP, there is no saturation period. You're gonna get the endurance benefits from day one. Feel free to Google peak ATP and you can take a look at the clinical studies that have been done on it. Most stim-free formulas, they kind of come out as like a pump product, as they're gonna give you a bunch of citrulline, maybe they have nitrates, maybe they have nitrosogene. A lot of stim-free pre-workouts are missing that focus element. You're still getting a big dose of citrulline malate in here. You got the betaine anhydrous for strength, got nitrosogene for additional pump and recovery, the peak ATP for endurance. You got taurine in here for muscle hydration. You got synactive in here for cellular energy and reproduction. You have estrogen in here for absorption. But one of the key highlights of this formula, the attention I put on focus. No pun intended. But we're giving you a very large dose of tyrosine at 3 grams. I'm a huge fan of tyrosine, especially at bigger doses, because it is a precursor to dopamine, so it does kind of help with that euphoric-like feeling, but it gets you dialed in focus. At 3 grams, it might be a little bit intense for some. Stack that with 300 milligrams of alpha-GPC 50%, along with huperzine A, and we brought back Cognatique at 100 milligrams, which is a coffee Arabica bean extract, and it's been proven to boost your BDNF, your brain-derived nootropic factor. So with this one, you're gonna have a lot of pump, you're gonna have a lot of endurance, you're gonna have a lot of focus without jacking your heart rate up. Not to mention the new flavor, Dragon Lychee, which we made exclusive to this formula. Well, we can't do that now. People love the Dragon Lychee flavor, so we're moving it over into V2 in the very near future. But this is a must-have, guys. I've switched over to non-stim for my evening lifts, and it's made an amazing impact on my sleep. Honestly, I feel like my tolerance to caffeine is quite high, so I didn't really think it was affecting me taking this at like 5 p.m., working out, and then going home. While I didn't feel my heart racing and I wasn't just like wide awake, I would find myself in bed scrolling on my phone, maybe having a hard time shutting my brain down for the night. Since I've switched to stim-free, I now realize how much the caffeine really was affecting me. So give stim-free a shot. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.